Guys, it's Sarah, and today is Booklist Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library. And every single Thursday, we bring you some sort of list or book topic that we feel like talking about for the week. And this week, we are going to do something interesting. We're going to talk about books that are set on ships. And we kind of came up with this because it's summer, people are starting to travel a little bit more. Maybe people are going on cruises or on the ocean or just going out on your boat or whatever. So we thought it'd be fun to talk about books that are set on ships. I have 3 that I can talk about that I have read, and then I'm going to have 2 from my TBR that I haven't read yet, but I do know that they're set on ships because I haven't read a ton. So 3 was all I could really come up with, but I do have a couple that I would like to read. Okay, the first one I'm going to talk about is Moby Dick. And this one I actually didn't like, but I know a lot of people who did. So it just personally wasn't for me. I thought it was very, very long. It was kind of boring. I did enjoy parts that were almost factual about whales. I thought that was actually interesting, but it's mostly set on a ship, and you are following a man who was attacked by a whale, and the whale actually took his leg. And so he spends the rest of his life trying to track this whale down. This is the white whale reference that a lot of people talk about. This is his ultimate revenge, if I get this white whale, my life will be complete type thing. And that whale is Moby Dick. So, yeah, personally, I didn't really like it. I'm also not a huge classics reader either. So take that with a grain of salt, if you will. But yeah, it was set on a ship though. The next one I have is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. And this one was interesting. The entire thing is not set on a ship. It's actually a time travel book. And I read it a very long time ago, so I'm trying to refresh my memory a little bit on the exact premise of it. But we follow a girl who ends up time traveling on this boat, and she's trying to figure out some things that had to do with her family. And I do remember the parts, being on the boat and being on the ship and stuff. I also remember I didn't really like the book that much. I think it was just a little bit too... there was definitely an insta-love thing that happened, and it kind of drove me nuts because I didn't really believe it. And so I didn't enjoy the book that much, but it is set on a ship, and the ship is a big part of the time travel thing. So there's that. Next one I have is Salt to the Sea. This is by Ruta Sepetys. This is a young adult historical fiction that I absolutely loved. And this follows a group of people who are in the midst of World War II, and they come from different backgrounds. There's even a perspective from a German soldier, which was really interesting. And the entire thing is not set on a boat, but one of the big, huge things about this story was the boat, because you're following these people who are refugees basically trying to find shelter and trying to find safety. And they are making their way towards this ship that they heard about that they can get on and they can get safe passage. And that ship is a big part of the story, and it's a big part of actual history that was not reported on very much because it was covered up. And that part was very interesting. I won't say any more about it because I don't want to give away the entire book, but the part that takes place on the boat was actual historical things that happened that you didn't hear a whole lot about. So it was very, very interesting. I loved getting all the different perspectives and that they were very different and how all these lives converged. So that one was great. And then the first one that I have on my TBR that is definitely set on a ship, and that is The Terror. This is by Dan Simmons. And this was made into a TV adaptation as well that I'm really excited to watch at some point. But, on the cover here, you can definitely see the ship. And this, I believe, is based on true events from what I'm understanding. And it is a crew that is on this ship, and it's in 1845, and they are going through the Arctic Circle. And then they start to realize that, not only are they going through the Arctic Circle, which is a very dangerous thing to do anyway because of the weather conditions, but there's also something underneath the water. And I think it's very much a psychological thing people start thinking they're crazy. Is there really something under the water? And it's a whole thing. I really want to read this. So I definitely need to. I'm kind of saving it for winter. I really probably should have read it this winter when it was snowing and stuff. But it snows in Virginia, so maybe I'll read it when it's snowing in Virginia while we're there. But yeah, so this is one, a boat is definitely one of the big settings here. Okay, and the next one that is on my TBR is 7 Days in May. This is by Kim Izzo, and this one follows some characters who are taking passage on the Lusitania, which was, again, a real ship. So this is historical fiction based on something that actually happened. And the Lusitania was a ship that I believe sank as well, and this is during World War I time frame, and that's all I really know about it. So you're just following characters who are on the ship, and it's a ship that's heading for disaster, unbeknownst to them, obviously. So yeah, so this one's here too. Okay, guys, that is what I have for you today. Those are some books, a couple that I've read, some that I haven't, but I want to read that are set on ships. So please let me know your recommendations down below if you have read some books that are set on ships that you really enjoyed. I think that's an interesting setting, and it definitely creates something that's isolated. So let me know what some of your favorites have been, and I would love to see about checking those out possibly. And go check out Lindsay's video today. She's talking about the same topic, and I'm excited to see what she recommends for this. So we will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a good day. Bye.